But their romance blossomed behind closed doors as they sipped tea, made love, and listened to George Michael hits, leading the then 24-year-old Wang to dream about marriage and a new life in the United States. The fact we couldn't touch or kiss in public just made it all the more exciting and intense when we were finally alone. We were deeply in love, and I wanted to marry him and start a family. When it didn't happen, I felt very unhappy and sad. Tim's behavior was very selfish.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. Remember that really awkward moment in the vice presidential debate where Tim Walz is asked, why did you lie about where you were during the Tiananmen Square massacre when the Communist Chinese Party massacred a bunch of students? I mean, he was teaching in China apparently at the time. Presumably, he would think this is a bad thing. Yet Tim Walz loves the Tiananmen Square massacre. He got married on the anniversary of it. That's true. Because he wanted a date he'd remember. Okay, you think it's that cool for a bunch of communists to kill their own people? Really dark, weird stuff about this guy. Anyway, his answer left even the lib moderators gasping.
Governor, just to follow up on that, the question was, can you explain the discrepancy?
All I said on this was I got there that summer and misspoke on this. So I will just, that's what I've said. So I was in Hong Kong and China during the democracy protests went in. And from that, I learned a lot of what needed to be in governance.
Awkward to say the least. He's just a liar, right? He's a consummate liar. He wasn't there during the Tiananmen Square massacre. He probably wishes he was. He would have been wearing a communist Chinese military outfit, no doubt, and holding a firearm or driving a tank. You know which side Tim Walz would wind up on. He's running, of course, with communist Kamala Harris, but little did we know that not only is Tim Walz in bed with Kamala Harris, who's a communist, but he also was in bed with communists. Now, we know this is why Tim Walz probably loved traveling to communist China so very much. Went there 30 different times, honeymooned there, got married on anniversaries of their slaughter of democracy protesters. Tim Walz just loves being a little communist. And, well, Tim Walz might have been in a little communism, if you know what I mean. Here we go, baby. Tim Walz had a secret fling with the daughter of a top Chinese communist official during his stint in China. Oh my, the ties that bind. Tim Walz had a romance with Jenna Wang. Uh-oh, Jenna Wang. Might be related to Fang Fang of Eric Swalwell fame. Daughter of a CCP official in 1989. She said her father would disown her for fraternizing with a Westerner. Oh no, she's got the photos to prove it and everything. Oh no. Tim, you dirty, dirty dog. Where'd all your hair go? You really went bald back there, didn't you? Tim Walz had a secret fling with the daughter of a high-ranking communist during his 1989 teaching stint in China. Daily Mail can exclusively reveal. Jenna Wang, 59, claims the VP hopeful showered her with gifts and seduced her at his pokey staff accommodation at number 1 high school in Foshan, Guangdong province. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Jenna Wang getting seduced with Tim Walz's Guangdong. The lovers could not risk holding hands or showing affection in public because of Wang's dad, high-ranking communist Chinese party official, who would disown her for fraternizing with a Westerner. But her romance blossomed behind closed doors as they sipped tea, made love, listened to George Michael hits, leading the 24-year-old Wang to dream about Tim Walz's Wang. I'm just kidding. Dream about marriage and new life in the United States. Just too many double entendres. I'll refrain. Okay. No proposal was forthcoming from the future Minnesota governor. However, shame of being treated like a prostitute eventually left Wang feeling very angry and suicidal, she claims. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. So Tim Walz dealing with a shrunken Wang. This is the Wang Bang, and here she is today. Uh-oh. Tim was very passionate and very romantic. I can still remember dancing with him to our favorite song, The Careless Whisperer, she told Daily Mail in an exclusive interview. The fact that we couldn't touch or kiss in public made it more exciting and intense when we were alone. When we were deeply in love, I wanted to marry him and start a family. When it didn't happen, I felt very unhappy and sad. Tim's behavior is selfish. Ooh, a woman scorned. A communist scorned, it's true. Walz's time in China was already a source of controversy, as he misleadingly claimed in an interview, congressional transcripts, that he was in Hong Kong when the Tiananmen Square protests erupted. And later transpired that he didn't join the staff of the nonprofit World Teach in China until August 1989, prompting Walz to profess during a recent VP debate that he was a knucklehead. Oh, okay. Well, it seems like he was getting more than just the knuckle in China. It seems like Tim Walz was, well, getting some Wang. Some Jenna Wang. Because that's her name. Okay? This is a real important story, and this is a really serious topic. Okay? So everybody calm down. She recalls dancing with him, which it's remarkable that she lived to tell the tale. Have you ever seen how she dances? You ever seen how Tim Walz dances? Like the flailing of the arms and the kicking of the feet? Like everybody, watch your head, right? When Tim Walz bursts into show tunes, as he's known to do. Here he is, dirty communist. So let's see here. She was attending lectures to brush up on her pronunciation when the 25-year-old Walz slipped in her ear and said, "You're beautiful." Tim was very handsome. I loved his eyes and his big mouth. We talked afterwards, and he was very complimentary about my English, Wang told the Daily Mail. Oh, no. So here's photos, apparently, of Walz's trips to China. My colleagues couldn't speak whole sentences, but Tim told me that if he closed his eyes and he listened, it was like being back in America. Wang had a friend on the teaching staff, as Walz was able to gain access to him on his one-bed staff digs. Over the weeks that followed, the lovebirds grew closer, walking in the park and going to dances in the evenings. Again, very dangerous to dance with Tim Walz. Like dancing with the inflatable arm-wavy tube man outside of the used car parking lots. They avoided overt shows of affection. Walz would travel to Hong Kong and Macau on the weekends, cities that were less accessible for all but Chinese elites, getting Western-style luxuries. He couldn't sing. When he tried to dance, he found it very hard. I could tell he was in the military. Not the only thing that was very hard. I'm just talking about Tim Walz's love for China, okay, and communism. We talked for hours. We stayed in bed. We had sex. He continued to buy me gifts. I don't really want to picture any of that, but that's what the article says, okay? I'm just reading the news. I could never stay overnight because of social conventions. It was very repressive. Couples walked around the city like robots. My father would have been very, very angry had he falls out. So here she is. Here's her dad. Here's a photo of her in a swimsuit. So there you go. So this is Tim Walz getting in trouble with his Wang. Speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tiananmen Square, of course. There's a famous image that's banned in China. China's so great at censorship, and Tim Walz says that there's no guarantee to free speech in our country. So I wonder where he got that idea. This is all the news, of course, reminding us of another famous Democrat who slept with a Chinese spy named Eric Swalwell, who had the Fang Fang Bang Bang going on. And there it is. Tim Walz and Eric Swalwell have something in common. They both dated Chinese spies. Tim Walz is a Chinese spy. This is now trending across social media. What do Tim Walz and Eric Swalwell have in common? They both slept with CCP-affiliated women. You know, I guess they have a type. You know, bro, when you're a solid like 2, and some glamorous foreign woman is very interested in you, she's a spy. Okay, she's a spy, or she's working for James O'Keefe. Allegations of an affair with CCP-affiliated women have surfaced for Tim Walz. Uh-oh. There it is. Dun, 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 dun. This is going to be very interesting to see if he refutes it. She's carrying a gun with a bayonet there. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Kinky. Tim Walz had a secret fling with a Communist Party official's daughter. She was deeply in love with him and wanted to start a family. She said that she was treated like a prostitute and felt very angry and suicidal. Tim Walz. Tim Walz is completely compromised by the Communist Chinese Party. Oh, yeah, baby. This is going viral. Are you regretting your pick, Kamala Harris? Uh-oh. Of course she's not regretting her pick. She's married Doug Emhoff, who's a woman beater, according to multiple sources, according to multiple people who've come forward to tell the Daily Mail about that story. So Doug Emhoff's a monster. Tim Walz is a Marxist. And you shouldn't vote for these people because they're true hot garbage. We've already had a Communist Party compromised president in Joe Biden. As we know, Hunter Biden got billions from the Communist Party of China. That didn't work out great for us. And this won't either. Ladies and gentlemen, do not give these people power. They're not deserving of it. They are grotesque and cretinous. And since it makes me so very happy, I'll close with this Tucker Carlson segment on Eric Swalwell, the Chinese spy.
Well, is not having sex with Chinese spies, and contrary to popular opinion, there are moments when he's not doing that or coming in last place in presidential primaries. Eric Swalwell is still a sitting member of Congress from California. Amazing. He also sees himself as a hero who's going to bring justice for the January 6th insurrection. He's got a plan for that. He's investigating his own colleagues. We learned yesterday that Eric Swalwell has hired private investigators to find Congressman Mo Brooks of Alabama. Swalwell claims Brooks is avoiding a lawsuit he filed to hold Brooks accountable for the insurrection. But there's an easier way. Swalwell could just call his old girlfriend, Fang Fang. She's good at finding people in power. Hey, Eric Swalwell, call Fang Fang, the Chinese spy you had sex with. She'll get it done. Well, the Biden administration, while the rest of us have been otherwise occupied, been awarding many millions in